sentence settings. Well, I think I would contains the third settings. Third setting is okay. Yes, okay. Salam Habibi, how are you? I hope you are fine. It is me, Michaela Santa. I am here with you. Accordance with titles, yes, today we are roasting repeatedly Divija Bhasin in the topic of gender equal space. And now, today's keyword is United States Boeing aeroplanes. And now, the point is, uh, what is the points of Divija Bhasin to be related on United States Boeing planes? And this is my topic for now. Okay, let's get the points. Well. Now here we can see. Here is Divija Bhasin, and you know the YouTube Shorts. Accordance with YouTube Shorts, here Divija Bhasin's points is that women deserve equal space in society. That means, accordance with Divija Bhasin's, well, daughters deserve equal space in society as further contents, and sister deserve equal space in society as brother contents. And now, today our point is Kelly Ortberg, the chief executive officer of Boeing Airlines. Okay. Now, here we can see it is the points who is knowing. Kelly Ortberg is president and chief executive officers of Boeing Airlines. Now let's talk about the points. Okay. Now here we can see, just wait and watch. I think here we can see. Okay. Now here we can see when Kelly Ortberg, the man, is to chief executive officer of the Boeing Airlines. Let's see what is happening. Here, Michaela visits Malaysian's Prime Minister house. Okay. Now here we can see the points. It is just spelling mistakes here. We could see. Michaela visits Malaysian Prime Minister house. Her departure is Tel Aviv, Israel, and arrival is Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Now here we can see departure is Tel Aviv, Israel, and Kuala Lumpur is Malaysia. Here flying distance is 24,000 kilometers and the flying time is 1 second. Saudi time zones, here departure time is morning 6 o'clock, March 6, 2026, and the arrival time is morning 6 o'clock 1 second past at morning 6, 2026. And here is the driving routes. Departure is Tel Aviv, Israel, and arrival is Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And the middle via route is Moscow, the capital city of Russia, Beijing, the capital city of China, and Sydney, the city of Australia. Okay. And here we can say that is the points at the moments. But how would be the circumstance if daughter of Kelly Ortberg would be chief executive officer of Boeing Airlines? Now let's check it. What would happen? Okay. Now here we can see it is the points at the moments. Okay. Now everything is same. Michaela visit Malaysian Prime Minister house. Departure is same. Tel Aviv, Israel. Arrival is same. Kuala Lumpur of Malaysia. Flying distance is 24,000 kilometers. But here flying time would be 24,000 hours. That means 5 years, 5 months, 21 days. When Saudi Arabia time zones departure time is morning 6 o'clock, March 6, 2026, and the arrival time is morning, evening 6 o'clock, August 27, 2026. And now here is my points that how what is going on. Okay, now here we can see the point is would be as simple as soon as possible, as we can see. Just for 2 minutes. Now here feeling illness, I am feeling illness, but I would say the significant points. Now here is the difference of research quality between father Kelly Ortberg and daughter of Kelly Ortberg, and let's say at the points. What is the how Father Kelly Ortberg research at the points? The Father Kelly Ortberg contains 6 hours space-time. Then how I would research on Boeing Airlines. My Boeing plane would fly 24,000 kilometers per second, where departure is Tel Aviv, Israel, and arrival is Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. It is the points to be noted. Now, now you can change every departure place and arrival place, but at the same points, that is the moments Boeing plane would still contain the velocity of 24,000 kilometers per second. That is the points of Kelly Ortberg. And what is the advantage moments for me, Michaela, the passenger of Boeing Airlines? Accordance with Man Kelly Ortberg research, here we can see departure time is morning 6 o'clock, 1 second past, when the departure place is Tel Aviv, Israel. When arrival place is Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, the capital city of Malaysia, arrival time would be morning 6 o'clock, 2 seconds past, at the same date, March 6, 2026. And that is the significant moments as we can notify. And here the significant points that it is the we can drive because the velocity would be 24,000 kilometers per second. But at the same time, what would research quality from daughter of Kelly Ortberg about Boeing Airlines planes? Well, according with the daughter's research, when the departure is Tel Aviv, Israel, and arrival is Kuala Lumpur, the capital city of Malaysia, when the departure time would be morning 6 o'clock. Uh, okay, now here we can see when departure time is morning 6 o'clock, March 6, 2026, arrival time would be morning 6 o'clock, August 27, 2031. Uh, because here flying time would be 5 years, 5 months, 21 days. Uh, yes, would be flying time if and only if flying distance would be 24,000 kilometers. Because here flying distance is because the flying velocity would be 1 kilometer per hour accordance with the research of daughter of Kelly Ortberg to be women chief executive officers of the Boeing Airlines. Now here is the significant moments as we can notify as points when now let's see how would affect on the journey of Boeing planes as the flying distance of 24,000 kilometers. Now here we can see March 6, 2026 at morning 6 o'clock. Here we can see I would contents Seheri on Tel Aviv, the capital city of Israel. And now when we would be passenger of the Boeing airplanes in the research of man Kelly Ortberg to be a chief executive officer of Boeing Airlines. Then here we can see we can fly 24,000 kilometers in 1 second. Yes, where departure time would be morning 6 o'clock. And now here we can say that the significant points we would not need any features of the music videos. We would not need any features of movie videos as we need, because in that point our flying travel would be 24,000 kilometers in 1 second. And here when we would reach on when we would arrive on Kuala Lumpur, the capital city of Malaysia, it would be morning 6 o'clock, 1 second past at March 6, 2026. At the same time zone, that would be Saudi Arabia time zone. And here, that would be the clear-cut points in this accordance the same time zone here. Flying travel would be 1 second where distance is 24,000 kilometers. Hence, if we want to hear some music videos like Ana Barbara's Bandito, Laura, Brujeria, No Liberades, we do not need it to listen the music video on airplane deck. I mean airplane class seat. Now for a demonstrations, here I would set the points where it is my seat for business class or economy class. And now it is just a demonstration for to be seat of business class or economy class. And now here points are to be noted. I am here to see the points. I do not need to listen Anna Barbara's music video like Bandido, Brujeria or Noli Rade because it is the one music video of Anna Barbara contains 3 minutes where flying timing would be 24,000 kilometers per second. When flying time would be 24,000 kilometers per second, now here I am sitting the business class seats and fly plane depart from Tel Aviv, the capital city of Israel. After 1 second later, plane would travel the flying distance of 24,000 kilometers and I would arrive at my destinations where destinations would be Kuala Lumpur, the capital city of Malaysia. And here here we can see, I can hear Anna Barbara's Bandido video only in the destination's guest house, only in the destination where destination would be Malaysian Prime Minister guest house. Here is the significant moments. And that is the research of the father man Kelly Ortberg that he researched on Boeing Airlines plane, particularly Boeing plane. But what if your daughters of Kelly Ortberg would research on Boeing airplanes when she got the space time of 6 hours as Father Kelly Ortberg do? Now here we can see the points. Now, then in business class seat, I, Michaela, have to be seated at how much time? 5 years, 5 months, 21 days. Where departure time is March 6, 2026 at morning 6 o'clock, and the arrival time is August 26, 2020, 2031 at evening 6 o'clock. It is the points to be noted. And here, the significant moments, we would sit the business class, we would be seated on business class seat at with on almost 6 Ramadan month. Hence, since I am a Muslim woman, here we can see the significant points is I have to take almost 30 multiple 5 is 150. I must receive 150 times sehri and 150 times iftar on the business seat of the Boeing planes, because here the significant moments, daughter of Kelly Ortberg research on the Boeing planes, and at her space time of 6 o'clock, that Boeing plane would contain 1 kilometer per hour, where flying distance is 24,000 kilometers. Hence, flying timing would be 24,000 hours. That is here significant points as we can see. Uh, and that is the moments at the points. Now, here my point is to Divija Bhasin. Well, dear ugly sister Divija Bhasin, here is my questions I want to share with you. My question is here my question is uh, how is the possible, I mean, why women should deserve the equal space is in society as her father contends. And here my question is how their daughter would demand the equal space in society as father contends the equal space has, because as daughters of Kelly Ortberg research on the Boeing Airlines, I now here I would say the difference at the points. When Father Kelly Ortberg research on Boeing Airlines, the plane is with the velocity of 24,000 kilometers. When daughter research on uh, Boeing Airlines, plane velocity is 1 kilometer per hour. Where is 24,000 kilometer per second and where is 1 kilometer per hour? That is the significant research distractions as we can see. But still, accordance with Divija Bhasin, daughter of Kelly Ortberg deserve the equal of 6-hour space-time as father Kelly Ortberg contains. Hence, now what is the irony as we can see that? Okay, and now let's talk about the points where the points is for the flying times where flying distance is 24,000 kilometers. Where flying distance is 24,000 kilometers, at the further Kelly Ortberg research, flying time would be 1 second in the flying distance of 24,000 kilometers. But at the daughter of Kelly Ortberg research, flying time would be 5 years, 5 months, 21 days, where flying distance is 24,000 kilometers. When the flying distance is 24,000 kilometers, where is 1 second and where is 5 years, 5 months, 21 days? Here is significant, here we can see the significant flying research distraction about Boeing Airlines, and that is the significant points we can see that how daughter's research is to destroy the Boeing Airlines business, but according with Divija Bhasin, daughter deserve the equal 6-hour space time to research about Boeing Airlines as father's contents to research on Boeing Airlines. Now, what is the ironies? We could not think about it. Okay. And now here we can see the significant moments at the points. Now let's talk about the points. Okay. When Father Kelly Ortberg researched on the Boeing Airlines 6 hours, here kinetic power is 57.6 trillion megawatts. But when daughter research on Boeing Airlines, the Boeing plane kinetic power would be 89.3 microwatt. And now, here is my question is, how I can calculate the kinetic powers, and with the kinetic powers, I would explain that how daughters equal 6 hour space time is demand is illogical as soon as possible. First of all, where we can see we know that what is the equation of kinetic powers. Okay, equation of kinetic power is half of weight. Okay, half of weight of Boeing airplanes multiplied by distance square divided by travel time cube. Okay, and now here we can see the points when distance. Here we could see the significant moments. Distance is divided by travel time cube as the kinetic powers equations. But now, here we can see when driving, when the flying timing is 1 second, what is the observation? Let's see. When flying timing is 1 second, as we can see, flying timing square equal to flying timing cube equal to flying timing to the power 7 equal to flying timing to the power 666, because 1 square equal to 1 cube equal to 1 to the power 7 equal to 1 to the power 666 is always 1. And now here we can see the points. When flying timing is 1 second, here flying kinetic power is actually flying kinetic energy. And here the equation of flying kinetic powers becomes half of weight of Boeing planes multiplied by distance square, as we can see. Okay. And now here is the journey as what would happen at the moment. Okay. What is the input? Input is here. Here, what is the input? Input is significance, that is half of weight of a Boeing plane is 10 to the power 5 kilograms. Okay, now here, what is distance square? Distance, flying distance is 24,000 kilometers. What is 24,000 kilometers? That is 24 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 meters. Okay. 10 to the power 6. Hence, what is flying distance square? That is 24 squares multiplied by 10 to the power 6 square meter squares. And here we can see what we can observe. 24 square is 576. What is 10 to the power 6 square? That is 10 to the power 12. And on the other hand, what is the multiplication between 10 to the power 5 and 10 to the power 12? That is 10 to the power 70. Hence, the kinetic power is 576 multiplied by 10 to the power 17. Okay. Now, what is 10 multiplied by 10 to the power 17 watts? That is 10 to the power 18 watts. That is 1 trillion megawatt. Hence, 576 multiplied by 10 to the power 17 watts is 57.6 trillion megawatts. That is the kinetic powers accordance with the research of Father Man Kelly Ortberg about Boeing Airlines. And now, here I would mention what is daughter of Kelly Ortberg research. Okay. Now here we can see I am feeling illness now, and here I would take a offline. I would take offline points. Okay. Okay. Now here is the points what I can see. The points I can see is significance. The significant points is when daughter research on Boeing Airlines, we know the equations of kinetic powers is half of weight of Boeing Airlines, I mean Boeing planes, multiplied by flying time square divided by, flying distance square divided by flying time cube. Okay, I will say clearly, the equation of kinetic power is half of weight of Boeing Airlines multiplied by flying distance square divided by flying time cube. And here what is flying time? Here flying time is okay. Now here we can see the flying time is 5 days, 5 hours. 5 days, 5 months, 20. Well. I will take a breath. Now here flying time is 5 years, 5 months, 21 days. Now when the flying time is 5 years, 5 months, 21 days, that is would be what? Okay, that would be 864 multiplied by 10 to the power 5 seconds. Okay, now here kinetic power is not kinetic energy because flying time is 5 years, 5 months, 21 days. And here now let's see what is flying time cube. Flying time cube is 864 cube multiplied by 10 to the power 5 cube. And it is the momentum at the points. Okay. Now let's check it. What would be the significant moments? Well, 10 to the power 6 square is 10 to the power 12. The multiplication between 10 to the power 12 and 10 to the power 5 is 10 to the power 17. On the other hand, here, what is 10 to the power 5 cube? That is 10 to the power 15. Now, division of 10 to the power 17 by 10 to the power 15, that is 100. Now, what is the calculation points? The calculation is 57 square divided by, I apologize, the calculation is 576 divided by 864 cube. And here the probable answer is 89.3 microwatts. Okay, that is the kinetic powers accordance with daughter of Kelly Ortberg research about Boeing Airlines. Now let's check out the moments at the significant points. Okay, when daughter, here we can see, when father research on Boeing Airlines, Boeing plane contains the kinetic powers of uh, 57.6 trillion megawatts when driving distance is 24,000 kilometers. But when daughter research on Boeing Airlines, uh, Boeing plane kinetic power is 89.3 microwatts. Now, where is 57.6 I think where is 57.6 trillion megawatts and where is 89.3 microwatts? That is the significant resource quality destructions of daughter of Kelly Ortberg about Boeing Airlines. Now here we can see who is the rival of Boeing Airlines. Of course, here Amirat Airlines and British Airlines and somehow the Richard Branson's Virgin Airlines, and here we can say the rival is Airbus, European Airbus. Okay, now when daughters of Kelly Ortberg get equal space time as a 6 hours as father Kelly Ortberg contends to research on Boeing Airlines, daughter of Kelly Ortberg would research on Boeing Airlines in the equal space time, that means 6 hours per day. And now here we can see that it is actually when daughter research on the Boeing Airlines, it is actually beneficial for her Boeing Airlines rival airlines. Well, and we can see as a rival airlines chief executive officers, we can when daughter of Kelly Ortberg research on Boeing Airlines has we the rival airlines get beneficial that we can attract the flying passengers in the flying travel points. Because why we choose Boeing Airlines? We choose Boeing Airlines just because Boeing Airlines kinetic power is 57.6 trillion megawatts when Boeing Airlines travel 24,000 kilometers in 1 second. But when daughter of Kelly Ortberg would contains the equal space time as a 6 hour as her father contains, she would research on Boeing Airlines. And when she would research on Boeing Airlines, here we can see Boeing airplane kinetic power would be 89.3 microwatt just because Boeing airline would travel 24,000 kilometers in 5 years, 5 months, 21 days. Now the beneficial of the rival airlines against Boeing Airlines is Rival airlines, European aircraft would attract the passenger that we can travel 24,000 kilometers in 1 hour. Rival British Virgin Airlines can attract the passengers where they can snatch the passenger of Boeing Airlines in the advertise and the real life that Virgin Airlines can travel 24,000 kilometers in 1 minute. And here we can see it is the same points as the significant moments. Significant moments is the significant journeys. Boeing airline would lose his own passengers because 90% of Boeing passengers would be attracted by Virgin Airlines, because then they can see that because of daughter of Kelly Ortberg research, Boeing Airlines is traveling 24,000 kilometers in 5 years, 5 months, 21 days with the kinetic powers of 89.3 microwatts. On the other hand, here we could see what is the 57 divided by 36. That is we think like 1.5 something. What is 10 to the power 18 divided by 10 square? That is 10 to the power 16. Well, now here we can see the points. 18 billion megawatts of kinetic powers. Virgin Airlines can travel 24,000 kilometers in 1 minute. Now, Boeing Airlines would lose his 90% customers because of daughter to get the equal space time at 6 hours to research on Boeing Airlines. And that is the significant moments as we could see the dangerous points. And here, and in that times, Virgin Airlines would not allow women to research on Virgin airplanes, and European Airlines would chief executive officer would not allow any women to research about European Airbus plane, and that is the point that how Boeing Airlines would lose the 90% customers because Chief Executive Officer Kelly Ortberg allow his daughter to get 6 hours equal space time to research on Boeing Airlines. That is the significant moments as we can see. Okay. And now let's talk. Now here we can. Now let's talk about the points of Divija Bhasin. Well, Divija Bhasin, accordance with Divija Bhasin, Divija Bhasin can say that every woman deserves equal space in society as her father contends. But now reality is when uh, daughter of chief executive officer of uh, Boeing airplane can contains 6 hours space time to research on Boeing airplanes. Here we can say that how uh, kinetic power decrease significantly, how velocity decrease significantly, how we can condense the flying time of 5 years, 5 months, 21 days in lieu of 1 second as wasting times. Hence, that is the significant points. And finally, because of kinetic powers and flying velocity and the flying times, how Boeing Airlines lose 90% passenger because of daughters of chief executive officer getting the equal 6 hours space time to research about Boeing planes. And here is my question is how their daughters of chief executive officer of Boeing airplanes demand the equal space time of 6 hours to research about Boeing airlines. But how can I do? Because the daughters would be probably the subscriber of Divija Bhasin and accordance with the celebrity of celebrity Divija Bhasin, daughters of chief executive officers deserve 6 hours space time to research on Boeing Airbus, I mean Boeing Airlines. It doesn't matter even if the Boeing Airlines would lose 90% passenger. It is not question for Divija Bhasin. It is the points as we can see. Okay, now let's talk about the points. What if Boeing airplanes would be the electric airplanes? Well, now it is 2026, where electric airplanes is a reality. Okay. Now here we can see the significant journeys. Well, I think illogical viewers would not appear. Okay. Now here we can see. Here we can see the points. What is the battery charge when the research by Kelly Ortberg, the chief executive officer of Boeing Airlines, that is 32 trillion ampere per hours. But when it would be researched by daughter of Kelly Ortberg, okay. Well, battery charge storage would be 4.31 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 3 ampere per hours. Okay. Now here we can see, let's promote the electric airplanes. I mean, let's promote the electric airplanes. When airplane would be electric, airplane can be operated by battery. Okay. Now here we can see what is the battery charges storage. That is, here we can say 32 trillion ampere per hours. Okay. Well, 32 trillion ampere per hour as the accordance with the research of Kelly Ortberg, Chief Executive Officer of Boeing Airlines. Well. Now let's see what is the calculations of battery charge storage. Okay. We know what is the definition of voltage. Definition of voltage is we want to move 1 coulomb charge from one place to another place. Now, how much work I have done to move 1 coulomb charge from one place to another place, that is voltage. Now, here we can see that is the significant of points. Now, here we can see the significant journey. We have to move 1 coulomb charge from one place to another place. Now, if the work I have done is 500 joules, hence the voltage is 500 volt. Okay. It is the points as we can see. Now, let's talk about the kinetic energies at the moments. Hence, the equations of Coulomb becomes kinetic energy divided by voltage, because kinetic energy is just the capability of the work I have done. Well, now let's talk about the parts. Here, kinetic energy is 576 multiplied by 10 to the power 17 joules, because here velocity flying time is 1 second when flying distance is 24,000 kilometers. And here we can check the parts. The equations of Coulomb is kinetic power divided by voltage, because at the flying timing of 1 second, kinetic energy is kinetic power. Hence, the calculations is 576 multiplied by 10 to the power 17 enter divided by 500. Now here we can calculate as an 1152 multiplied by 10 to the power 17 divided by 1000, that is 1152 multiplied by 10 to the power 14 coulomb. Now, well, 3600 coulomb is 1 ampere per hour. Hence, here we accordance with the calculations, we know that is 32 trillion ampere per hour. Okay. Now I have to check I have to check personally. Yes, 32 trillion ampere per hour. It is the points when Kelly or Ortberg research on Boeing Airlines. But when we can see daughters of Kelly Ortberg would research on Boeing Airlines, then what would happen? Okay, daughters of Kelly Ortberg would research on Boeing Airlines. The perception we have cleared, that is the significance. Hence, the battery charge storage would be the equations of battery charge storage would be half of weight of Boeing airplanes multiplied by this distance square divided by bracket of travel time square multiple by 500, bold bracket close. And here the calculation is of 576 multiplied by 10 to the power 17 enter divided by bracket of 864 square multiplied by 10 to the power 5 square multiplied by 500 bracket close. And here the calculation I have done, that is 4.31 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 3 ampere per hour. That is almost 5 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 3 ampere per hour. Okay. And now let's talk about the points. What is my personal mobile phone's battery charge storage? That is 3000 ampere per hour. Okay. Now let's see. Check the points. And here we can see what is the proportions. Here we can see battery storage is reserve proportionals of the travel time square. When voltage is fixed, driving distance is fixed, and here we can say the points. Okay. Now here we can say what is the points. Travel distance is fixed. Okay. Now here we can see the points. Q1 multiplied by T1 square is equal to Q2 multiplied by T2 square. Okay. Now it is my journey of the moments. What is 3000 ampere per hour? That is 5 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 3. Okay. Now let's I forgot the points. Now let's calculate the moments. Okay. Now here we can see 3000 multiplied by 1000 divided by 5, and here the answer is 600,000. Okay. Now here we can see my mobile. Yeah. Okay. Now here I would show what is the cameras. Okay. Now here my cameras is my mobile. Show here my personal mobile is 600,000 times more battery charge capable than the battery charge storage by the research of daughter of Kelly Ortberg on the Boeing Airlines. And this is the significant moments as what we can do. Okay. Now here we can see the significant points. Well, now let's say 864 multiplied by 10 to the power 5 square, and it can be divided by 600,000. Okay. Now let's see. What is the points? To, and here we can see that is almost uh, triple 1,542. Now what is triple 1,542? I apologize. Triple 1,500 42 divided by 3,600, that is almost 31 hours. Okay. Now let's see. Well. Now here we can see. Let me check the significant moments when if Boeing airplane battery charge capability would be same as my mobile contents, then what would be the probability? The probability is the plane can travel 31 hours with the flying distance of 24,000 kilometers. Okay. Now we know that what is the points? 20. What is 31 days? I mean, what is 31 hours? Well, 31 subtracted by 24 is 7. That is 2 days, 7 hours. And here we can mention that we have two contents, 3 times Sehri and 2 times iftar on the business seat of the Boeing planes. Now, when Boeing Airlines battery charge capability would be same as my mobile battery charge capability, hence the plane can travel 24,000 kilometers in 2 days, 7 hours. And that is the significant moments we can see. But daughter of Kelly Ortberg research is 600,000 times backdated that she could generate a battery charge. She could generate a battery fuel of Boeing airplane where battery charge capability is 4.31 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 3 ampere per hour. That is almost 600,000 backdated than my mobile phone. And that is the significant moments that how is the distraction points. Okay. Now let's see the difference. When further man Kelly Ortberg research on Boeing airplanes, battery charge capability is 32 trillion ampere per hour. But when daughter of Kelly Ortberg research on Boeing Airlines, battery charge storage is 4.31 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 3 ampere per hour. Where is 32 trillion ampere per hour and where is 4.31 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 3 ampere per hour? That is battery charge storage significant research distractions of daughter of Kelly Ortberg's Boeing Airlines. And here I think as the perceptions of the Boeing Airlines now Divija Bhasin is here to be promote Airbus or the Virgin Airlines against Boeing Airlines. Hence, she wants the equal space time of daughter of Kelly Ortberg to destroy father's Boeing Airlines business. Just wait for 2 minutes. I will be back. Just 2 minutes. Okay, and now here is the significant moments as we can see. That is the points here. We can see the points. Well, now let's see how women demanding equal space time in society as further contents is to distract the father's airplane business. Here I would mention the points. Now, the next point is, what is the electricity mineral source? Okay. Now here we can see, father's electricity mineral source is artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 trillion, 666 billion, 666,000, 666 degrees Celsius. I apologize. Well, mineral resource is artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 million, 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 trillion, 666 billion, 666 million, 666,000, 666 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now here, well, and I think here is the significant points as we can notify at the moment. Okay. Well, okay. Now let's check it. Okay, now here I can hear the significant points. What is further research at the moment? Just for wait and watch. And I think it is the significant distance. Well, okay, now here we can see. Well, necessary electric charge weight is 5.62 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 trillion, 666 billion. 5.62 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 666 trillion, 666 billion, 666,000, 666 million, 639 picograms. Okay, but when daughters of Kelly Ortberg research on the Boeing Airlines, well, battery charge electric mineral source is petrols. And what is the electric charge mineral volume? That is 5 liters of petrols. And here, now let's say the significant moments as what we can do. Okay. Now here is the significant points is to be significant that what is going on actually. The points to be going on is as the significant moments. Well, we know the battery charge mineral source weight equation is kinetic energy divided by bracket of specific heat of the fuel mineral source multiple by temperature of mineral source. And here, when the mineral source is artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiple by 10 to the power 666 trillion, 666 billion, 666 million, 666,000, 666 degrees Celsius. Hence, the specific heat would be 15,408 joule per kilometer per Kelvin. And now, we know we have mentioned the temperatures. Here, kinetic energy is kinetic force because travel time is 1 second when travel distance is 24,000 kilometers. Hence, kinetic power is 576 multiplied by 10 to the power 17 watts. Here we can see, that is the significant points. As a calculations, the charging weight is 5.62 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 666 trillion, 666 billion, 666 million, 666,639 picograms. It is the research of Father man Kelly Ortberg on Boeing Airlines. But now, let's check it. What is the research of his daughters about the Boeing Airlines? Battery electric charge mineral source would be petrols, and here we can see the equation of the volume would be half of weight of Boeing Airlines multiplied by distance square enter divided by bracket of travel time square multiplied by density of petrol multiplied by specific heat of petrol multiplied by temperature of petrols. Now what is specific heat multiplied by temperature of petrol is? Well, that is 100. Okay. Now here what is the density of petrols? That is 0.7778 kilogram per liters. What is travel time square? That is 864 square multiplied by 10 to the power 5 square. Now we know the value of half of weight of Boeing planes multiplied by distance square, that is 576 multiplied by 10 to the power 17. Here we can see that is the significant points. Here, as a calculations, it needs almost 5 liters petrol. Okay, it needs 5 liter petrol. And here we can see as a calculations. Now, where is 5 liters petrol and where is 5.62 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 666 trillion, 666 billion, 666 million, 666,639 picograms of artificial solar arc reactor with a temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 trillion, 666 billion, 666 million, 666,000, 666 degrees Celsius. And that is the significant research distractions of battery charged mineral resource of Boeing Airlines, and that is the significant points that how we could see he the Boeing Airlines would lose 90% elite passengers, and that is the demand of Divija Bhasin. And here we can see Divija, and we can see the significant points. Here Divija Bhasin demands is uh, every woman deserve the equal space in society as their father do. Okay, and now it is the points to be notified that here I have discussed uh, about point about the points of the research both of father Kelly Ortberg and his daughter to roast the point of Divija Bhasin uh, in the points to deserve the equal space in society for women as their father contends, where is automobile vehicle parts, where vehicle is United States Boeing plane. And now here I am trying to promote the United States Boeing plane with the velocity of 24,000 kilometer per second. And here is the significant points. Well, I think I could not have any times. Then I would speak the above points about Divija Bhasin's point to be roasted in United States Boeing planes where distance velocity can be 14,000 km per second or 19,000 km per second. See you then. Khuda Hafiz. Love you.